Hey guys, today I'm going to try and show you this really big, massive playset collection that I've had since the 90s called Playground Kids. A lot of it is pretty complete, but unfortunately from the way it was stored for like 20 years, a lot of pieces broke, so I've spent weeks cleaning things and gluing things back together, and hopefully it will all stay together so I can do a little demonstration for everybody, but you're going to have to cross your fingers for me that it works out okay. So the first part of the playsets that I want to show you, this was its own separate playset. Let me see if I can scoot this one back a little bit. And what you could do was, and you'll notice I had to glue a bunch of pieces back on, both the swings broke off. And so that was a trick to get back together, but I think I did okay. But what you would do, let me hold this far enough back so you can see, is that you would lift up the ball crank here. And oh no, the gears are kind of bad now, but it kind of did it there. Yeah, there we go. It would make the dolls like go flying, and let me get a couple on here so maybe I can do a good demonstration. And you'll notice how I mentioned in the last video that the dolls all have those little like cupped hands, and that's so that they can hang on really well to all this stuff. So everything that is made, everything that is meant for the girls to grab onto, they actually can with their hands, and I think that's such a cute little touch. Get Tracy on here, and then for this one we'll get Molly. Oh gosh, these gears are so old. Oh, there it goes. Whee! And it was so much fun when the gears were better, and I used to just like crank it really hard up and down until the girls went flying off. And you can see Becky here's already started to let go, so if I kept going faster and faster, she'd eventually just go flying off the screen and just be no more in the playset. Totally gone into a different dimension of playsets. But alright ladies, thank you for demonstrating. If you don't mind stepping off the machine. I do believe the stickers were something I put on myself as a kid, so that's why they're kind of random and kind of peeling up on the sides on some of them and crisscrossing each other on others, because that was just me at age 5 or 6 putting this together. Next, I'd like to show you what all the dolls kind of came with individually, and unfortunately I seem to have been missing a few pieces. I don't know if they got in a different box or just flipped out or what, but I can't find them so far. But I can tell you that, let me get the rest of these girls out here so they can play with us. Every girl came with her own stand, and you'll see like this one's blank, like nothing's on it, except for if you get really close you can see, come on focus, you can see that it says Playground Kids, or the PK with the little girl on the bottom. That was their little brand mark for the line. And you can have the dolls stand on their stands just like that. Oh, so cute. And on a lot of them I did like put their names on and tape it down, but it's gotten really faded or it's really blurred out like this one over the years from where I washed it recently. But that still says Becky, I can barely tell, and that one says Megan. And then each girl came with her own thing, and again I had the names taped on all of them at one point. Like this one's Megan's, but this one came off when I was washing it, so I don't remember who it went to exactly. That's okay though, the book will remember. But you could basically get the girls, again, just like every other part of the playset, they had a way that they could grasp on to whatever they were using. And this was like a suction cup bottom, but it never worked too good. So, but she could sit there and she could, whoops, let's get you up closer. She could sit there and go back and forth on it. And then we had the slide that really they didn't hang on to. They could just, whoop, go right down it. And the teeter-totter that they could play on, which they don't always sit up the best, but you could, because they have such soft bodies, kind of push them through in the back, so that way they did kind of sit up and look a little bit more natural or unnatural maybe. And then I had this desk, which I'm not really sure, it's not complete because it's missing the bench. I don't think this was part of the Playground Kids, but I remember a little something like went there, and then when you closed it, it would pop up on the top, but I can't remember what this is from, and it's not marked. So if anybody recognizes this and can tell me, I'd love to figure that out. Oh, and I almost forgot the most fun one. This one was like its own little playset that was sold separately, but it was still like a doll with a playset type of thing. Melissa, I do believe it was, came with this bike. And it's really such a cool like way that it transforms in here. Let me get her in here and I'll show you. Her feet like totally clip into the bike. And not only do her feet like, well, now it's not going to do it. Now it's going to make me a liar. Used to be that her feet would actually move and pedal with it, but I think it's just gotten a little bit old over the years. You can kind of see it trying to work, but it's gotten so old over the years it doesn't quite do what it wants to do anymore. And she came with, I lost some of these, but I still have a good chunk of them. She came with this cooler that comes off, and inside are a bunch of popsicles, and I still have one soda left, and they all would fit inside their hands. And then this picnic table was so cool, because not only is it like this picnic table and the girls could sit on it like this while she's driving the bicycle, but it would also open up on the sides and tuck in the wheels so it wouldn't go anywhere. And I got to be really careful because I had to work on the stem of this umbrella a lot. And you could unfold it and make a total picnic table. And I know you can still see some glue, and there's still some glue like strings up here. It's not perfect, and it used to be really cool where I could move the umbrella around, but unfortunately that's not possible anymore with the condition of it as is today. But the girls could all sit around here even. Another just really fun detail, and I used to have them hold the pole so that way they wouldn't fall off. And while I have it up here, let me get a close-up of this bicycle, because this bicycle is such a cool little design here. And you can see the training wheels would even go up. So that way, if she wasn't connected to the picnic stand, you could still put the training wheels down and she could still ride okay. But if she had the picnic stand, you didn't need the training wheels. So that was like a cool, really fun thing. I know we all remember being like 6 to 10 and earning our way. I just took that pedal right off. Well, that's okay. It just snapped off. Didn't break, so we're still good. But you can see it sort of pedaling there, and the wheels move up, and it's just a really cool, fun little bike. And while she's off her bike, I'll have her come and stand on this device, since I didn't get to show it to you before. This was just one of the regular toys the girls came with. Like, obviously, the picnic table and bike were more elaborate, so it was more expensive. But I think there were 2 or 3 different levels of girls you could get, so that way it was like you had options for how high or low you wanted to go. Doesn't she just look like she's having so much fun with her arms and shoulders all the way up like that? But there goes Melissa. Woo! Let's get to the big play sets now. Okay, now we're in for some fun. This is the Boogie and Bop Pizza Shop. And you can see this is a pretty big play set. You can see all the girls in the background there. And as you will hopefully be able to see, I just put new batteries in this. It lights up and the music's a little off, but it still sounds pretty good, I mean, considering this is from 1990. Oh my gosh, it goes on longer than I remember. Dun, dun. Yeah, I do remember that song. It's so funny how music can take you right back to when you were a little kid. And over here you'll see it is discolored. That's just from the sun. Unfortunately, just kind of the bad luck of how I left it stored forever. But let me take Lisa here as our little test subject, if it will focus on her. There's Lisa. And now Lisa is all tucked into this little Ferris wheel. Oops! This little ring here is getting old with age too, but it didn't actually break. It's kind of meant to fit in there like that. It's just supposed to fit in there more stiffly, I guess, permanently. There we go. Maybe now. Nope, it doesn't want to stay. Okay, I'll just do it by the ring here. And you can see if it was newer, I think this would move a little bit nicer and keep the girl upright, but unfortunately, it just wants to dump her upside down. That's not very fun. Oh, poor Lisa. And if you notice, even over here, there's little places that the girls could hang on, and so they could kind of pretend they're climbing up, and it was such a fun toy. And then over here, I believe this came with some plastic pizzas. This is probably also what the sodas came with, and a girl could stand behind here and keep herself up by holding on to either side. But I don't have those pieces anymore, and I don't know where they went. But 2 girls could sit here, and you could have them climb up here. Their hands will fit in the slots if you want them to, but you don't have to. And then here at the top, she can sit down, and yes, her hands will fit on the sides to kind of make her stay put. And then over here on the side was one of the more fun pieces of this set, and that's the little carousel type of device here. I don't know how well it's going to work. Both of these planes had broken off, so I've had to glue them back on, and they both keep falling off, and the super glue won't hold them because it's not right for the plastic, but I've tried my best. And you can probably see these big glue globs down here at the bottom, but they're supposed to go up and down while you go in a circle, and the gears are kind of bad too. They're not really wanting to go very good. I think there's a big band in there. Emily, you can be our volunteer for this one. I'm going to try the green plane because that one seems to be sticking a little bit better. And then your girl could have a nice time going up and down on this carousel, but it looks like it's starting to bend, so I'm not going to test that too much. And then for the last play set, I have this really big cool playground, and I know you can probably see all this junk in the background. That's more stuff I'm cleaning up to show you guys later, so just forgive me and ignore that as best you can. Alright, I've got Megan and Molly as our volunteers, and they're going to go down. No, don't let go, Megan. That's the opposite of what I need you to do. Okay, I'm just going to help them out here. Ready? Ready, girls? Ready! Yeah! And her skirt fell down. Poor Megan's having a hard day. All the elasticity is worn out of her skirt over the years, so it doesn't want to stay up anymore, but that's okay. We're still getting it done. And then we have this incredibly fun swing that the girls are just a little bit too long for, but you can kind of fight with them and stuff them back in their seat. This also got a little bit bent, but fortunately it didn't break because this would have been a very hard piece to get back together. Woo, you go girls, have fun! And then on the back side here, we have got this fun little roundabout. I don't know exactly what it's called, but you can get it up there. You can turn it. Again, it's gotten a little hard over the years. It doesn't turn as smoothly as it used to back in the day. But don't they look like they're having so much fun? You really have to stuff their butts in through the wire mesh there, though. Well, not wire, but plastic mesh grating. And of course, they also have the little ladders that they could put their hands and feet in if you really wanted to make them climb step by step. And get all the way up here at the top. Molly's going to cheat, and they're just going to relax up here because it's been a long day for them. So I'm sure they're very exhausted, and we should just give them a little break for the day. But thank you, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I almost forgot. I promised to show you inside their brochure book, and I forgot to show you their cute little combs that every single doll came with. They're just basically, you could make the doll hold it, and they've got really big, wide, almost like a pick, because a lot of them had frizzy or curly hair. But here's the brochure. It folds out like most of them did back in the 90s. I'm not so sure about now. I don't remember seeing these as often now, but I'll try to go slow. I'm trying to get it just perfect so you can see all the text with it. They did have a couple of boys, it looks like. Whoops, sorry. So you can see kind of that, yeah, my Becky was missing that cow print jumper. And I know I had Tracy was missing, oh, Tracy was missing a blue jumper. Apparently the jumpers just didn't stay where they were supposed to. And there were ballet sets, scooter sets, rock star set, birthday set. I remember I always really wanted this one, but I never ever saw it in the store. And then on the back, here's just sort of the artist renditions of these play sets. And I did not have this one right here, the one that says Flip-a-Ling, Play and Swing. And that one came with a Laura, which I'm not sure which one that is in the picture, but the Giggle Go Round came with Amy. On the Mark Fun Park playset with Molly. And then we had the Picnic Fun Cycle with Melissa. Yeah, Melissa had the popsicles, so I think the Boogie and Bop Pizza Shop had the pizza and it had the drinks. Yeah, I see one little doll up there with the drinks, but I don't think that one came with a girl. Yeah, because I always remember looking at this and saying, was it supposed to come with this girl? Because this girl isn't listed anywhere in the brochure. And you can see, well, here, I'll go to the side first, but that's the collect them all list. But you can see, yeah, the short red-haired girl that is serving the drinks and pizza does not exist in here. So I thought, maybe that's a mistake and she's supposed to be in there. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.